Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new improved Facecheck, which is kind of like the old Facecheck. Dom, LS, and myself here to break down our third episode of the season, Lock In semifinals, and the Lock In tournament itself. And with that, let's take a look at the bracket of the Lock In tournament. Our very first ever Lock In tournament in 2021 to kick off the 2021 season here for the LCS. A whole lot of reverse sweeps and finally getting some matchups that we wanted to see. Maybe not so much the EGTL one, but Cloud9 100 Thieves. It was quite a mess. It was entertaining. Cloud9 using their reverse sweep energy very early on in the year, and then try to do it again in the Cloud9 TL series, which was lauded by so many people as like such a great series, proactive play, teams just fighting back and forth. We got to see Fudge turn into Sludge, back into Fudge, and then back into Sludge for game 5. When we peel out, we talked a lot about Cloud9. We've hit Fudge, we've hit Perks. We kind of have an idea on them. What do we feel like Team Liquid got out of this tournament? Because I've heard you both say, yeah, they were kind of the team that we knew they were, and they adjusted, and Jat pointed out at the end of the series, it was just bear difference. They gave Santorin the bear, and it changed things up. But what did we learn about this Team Liquid team from the Lock-In Championship?
I mean, for me, like, at least I think that they can probably go back and like figure out what type of identity works best for them. Which I think just based on how their team is playing right now and how good their balling is going to end up being like Alfari on like matchups and just playing weak side for most of it, and then Core JJ and Tactical just getting jungle resources, turning that into Dragon, and just being like kind of like how C9 was in spring of last year, where they just play around the bot lane, get the early Dragon, turn that into Herald, and they just play the game like super standard, like the classic way, because their bot lane's good enough to actually do it. The one thing that's like weird for me about TL is it feels like they don't take like many risks in draft, or like I guess I wouldn't even call them risks. It just feels like they don't want to go outside of their comfort zone a lot.
They only play for lane.
Yeah, and for me
that's the biggest problem.
I mean, I just think that that's going to be an issue eventually. Is the way that they draft too is like also. I mean, there's obviously times where there's multiple different picks that are available to you. And when they get counterpick, it's like, okay, like Ori looks good here, Azir looks good here, like it's fine for the lane matchup, and like they don't ever pick to really like their opponents in draft, which I feel like could be an issue. Like when I watch other leagues, people are willing to really hard counterpick you. I mean, I guess the only example where they did get a super hard counterpick was like the Jax, but the Jax game was, I mean, that was just such bad drafting from C9. You can't pick Udyr and Camille and TF in, like when the other guy plays Jax. You have to at least ban Jax if you're going to like go for that draft strategy, because I mean the Jax E has insane value against your entire top side, and if you ever get Jax in a situation where it wins lane and it's good for like the game, like it has tools to operate within team fights, I mean it's just a turbo pick. Like that champion is one of the best champions in the game if it gets into that situation. So I think that outside of that, they were pretty safe with their drafts.
I think the worrying thing for me, and it's why I've said before that I think the only thing I'm looking forward to is C9 come Worlds. Only reason is because I don't believe NA teams will ever deviate from the I just have better players, or like we just have better players, we have better cohesion, or we're only going to play for lane. But then come Worlds, you're met with people that are better. And then that doesn't work, and then you just totally fall apart. So I think that's the same problem that's going to end up happening, because there's no difference, and it's seemingly anyway, if you look back over a long period of time, with TL's current drafts or how they conduct their drafts, right, in terms of like the phase or the order. There's nothing noticeably different, right? That wouldn't just be directly correlated to like patterns that might be present because of the meta. But with that being said, I think TL, what they do have is they have a jungler that when all the lanes are winning actually is relevant. So that one's pretty good. That one's, No longer do we have to just sit by and see nothing happen. When all the lanes are winning, and I think that's actually night and day. I legit think that Santorin being there is night and day with winning lanes.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it looks like at least the positive that I see is like you look at TL, right? Even with their roster last year, they were able to almost make it out of groups in a group that had a semifinalist and a finalist. In there, right? So now that they've like upgraded, I feel like this just gives them higher ceiling. Like this team could potentially like make quarters and stuff now, given a decent group because they have better jungler, and then also I just feel like Core JJ has kind of kicked it up a notch from last year. Like he's so good now, man. Like the ways that he finds like hooks and the synergy, the tactical and Core have is super nice to watch. Like you see that they time a lot of different things, right? Like they're very good at, and this is the reason why the Blitzcrank pick works out. In this situation, they time like the Kaisa Q killing the minions with the hook on Sven, and that's why like C9 can't react to it. I mean, it's like very, very nice to see that they're on the same page, and that's just like that's something that I feel like makes them like when I see things like that, I'm like, okay, they're actually a good bot lane. Like there's very few bot lanes, even like worldwide. Like I watch LPL, I don't see bot lanes with this level of synergy very frequently, even in other regions. Can't speak to LCK too much. Like maybe Ruler and Life are good enough to make plays like this consistently, but I don't know. It's a little bit freaky. Like this is a play where there's 3 minions that he's standing behind. So the synergy to like Q and then throw the hook while the Q is in the air. Like sure you can react to this, but I mean part of like being able to react is it a prepared reaction or is it just a natural reaction? Prepared reactions are like 3 to 4 times as fast as natural reactions. So here like they just don't expect like this to happen because of the way that TL set it up. So these types of kills are really, really nice. I respect this stuff.
Crazy that you look at this TL roster, that Tactical could be rated as the lowest rated player on this roster and how much he's grown.
I don't know who I would say is the worst player on TL. I mean, they have really good players. They have really good individual players.
Who is it? Is it Santorin? Is it Jensen?
I mean, all these players are respectable.
It's not Alfari.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's also like a terrible like way to look at this team, but Tactical's the one that probably has the most growth potential, and how much time he's put in, how seamless he's slotted into this TL roster after again replacing Doublelift and feeling like, hey, this was going to be big shoes to fill. It feels like an afterthought that just a year ago he was a risk. You were taking a risk on this player to slot him in.
Get us to the memes, and then the closeout.
Yeah. All right. Here we go, y'all. You submitted your best tweets of the week. As always, hit us up. #Facecheck for tweet of the week, the best tweets of the week, so that we can put them on here and get your points. I think you guys might know what the tweet of the week is. You may or may not know the tweets of the week, and the brand new LOL Esports #LCS with the new Diamond Nexus ugly logo. Superstar is of social media. That's right. It's Perks. The Perks. The original.
The real Perks.
Perks. The real Perks.
Yeah.
Cloud9 and Jack got hoodwinked. They thought it was going to be Luka Perkovic. Instead, they ended up with Emily Perkins. Not that one, Joe. Show the other one. That's the one that went out first. Dom hitting us with
is that Articuno on the graphic?
No, that is Anivia. Come on, man.
Wait,
it's Anivia put into bird form.
That's Articuno.
All right, you trying to get a suit or what, man?
Sorry, wait a second.
We just got the money for all the tech. We can't be giving it to the Pokemon company. Come on, man.
Articuno. I'm pretty sure Articuno has red eyes, right?
Yeah.
All right, nice.
Those are the crystals on Anivia's head.
Oh my god, you're right, actually. What the hell?
That's right, dude. How dare you?
What the hell is wrong with Anivia?
We have 2 people on production. We have Melina. Before it was just Melina and me. Now it's Melina and Joe, who are fantastic at their job. Don't ever challenge Melina. All right. Perks here.
And now you're just realizing that it was Riot Games that ripped off.
You put up the Articuno. Of course, we couldn't leave it without that one. Oh, hamster fudge.
There it is. There it
Dom, you had bigger tweets this week, man. You were just during your live view pumping out the tweets. Who photoshopped that for you? I know you don't know how to do
somebody
that.
from my community
That's right.
just said it was guinea gap. It was a straight
gap.
guinea. Yeah, it was a straight guinea pig gap in the top lane.
Oh.
No, my favorite was I was talking about like, you know, game 3 and game 4, you know, the guinea pigs started popping off. You know, Fudge was having a good go, but you know, guinea pigs don't actually live that long. So by game 5, it was all done. And somebody in my chat said that it was a life expectancy gap. So feels bad, man.
Well, that's the end of our video. You want more though, right? Thought so. Good thing YouTube makes it so easy to watch more VENN Esports. Easier than keeping me in frame. Whoa. Whoa. While you're watching me dodge around, click on these videos.